Where am I?
What's up, gamers? We're back. We're hitting it up. Are the waveforms working?
Yeah, everything's fine. Is it actually? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You just have to speak for it to.
Yes, everything's fine.
Arthur is back.
I'm back again. Hello.
Hello. The guest's so nice. We had him twice.
Well, I guess
Thank you.
thrice, but twice in a row. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry to be very pedantic right out of the gate.
Just running over my bits with semantics.
Yeah.
It's quite rude.
Pretty on brand for me, I think. They'll tell a
Why
joke.
don't you go to the semantics dome, E.B. White?
What?
I don't know. It's a Rick and Morty reference.
Oh, I don't watch. I don't watch Richard and Mortimer.
Yeah, that's for the best.
Is it? It's definitely an uncool show to be very into. Like it's just unfashionable. But people still accept that it is good, right? I enjoy that show.
I think that it's good, but I did recently see discourse that Dan Harmon is canceled.
Oh yeah, I did see. Oh, now my mic's actually good because I moved it.
Yeah, now you're very loud.
Great. Well, I had it very far away, and I was like, "Why is it so little on the thing?" And then now it's big. Yeah, I saw something today that he did something bad.
It was mine as well.
Okay, great.
I think he did something in like 2012 where he did an animated short where he had sex with a baby doll.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like, wow.
Well, if people start looking into the Channel 101 like archives, they will find worse stuff than that.
There's. I saw a lot of things that were like, wow, Dan Harmon is bad, but Justin Roiland is totally fine. And I was like, if you just look at like probably the next cartoon that showed after that one, it's like House Full of Cosby's episode 3.
Yeah, and I remember like even as an edgy like college kid or high schooler, I remember watching. For some reason, this was memorable to me. It's not like it was deeply troubling, but I was very into Channel 101, and there was a video saying like, explaining what is Channel 101. What's the benefit? Part of it was that you could use copyright materials for whatever you wanted, and their example of that was that they got Garfield, like an animated Garfield, pretty clearly animated by Justin Roiland, I believe. Definitely voiced by Steve Agee, and all he does is come on screen and say the N-word.
Very cool.
Garfield would never do that.
I haven't seen this, but I'm going to guess it was animated by Dan Harmon, because Dan Harmon has openly admitted he can only draw 2 things, and that's Garfield and Pac-Man.
Okay, so that... Wow.
So Justin Roiland, clean again.
You clapped back with facts. I'm sad to say.
Yeah. Making you rethink. Channel 101, it's got some bad stuff. Even like the precursor to Rick and Morty was Doc and Marty, which I would say is a little bit cancelable.
Moderately. If having sex with a doll of a baby is, then Doc Brown making a child suck his dick is almost exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but that show is good now, so who's to say?
That's a really good point.
It's kind of like this podcast. Had a problematic past, but now it's good.
It wasn't that bad. And it's only it was exclusively me that was bad about it, but I'm fine.
Yeah,
look,
everything's fine.
Yeah, look, because remember how last week I was like talking about the monkey's paw and waiting for the other shoe to drop? Well, it did. And you know what? A year ago, I would be spiraling and saying rude things because a girl stopped talking to me. But now I'm just like, meh.
Well,
And
there's
she
a
was
lot
a
of
bad
time left.
texter, so who cared? So
There's a lot of time left in the podcast. You could still be rude.
Well, yeah. I
We should give
don't
you
have any. I don't have anything bad to say about women this week. I want to get that right out of the gate. I am not a misogynist.
That's huge. That's very big of you.
Yeah.
That is, I am proud. Because I will say, my wife did show her family this podcast, and the one note that was given was that you come off as a misogynist.
Well, I like that it said I come off as one and not that I am for sure one. Because, look, I love women. It just, you wouldn't necessarily get that impression listening to me on this podcast, and that's fine.
Yeah. I've always been pro women, on and off the podcast. I think they deserve to live.
I mean, you're implying that I didn't think that they should.
That's a hell of a conclusion to come to.
They're fine.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
fine. But since I am giving the podcast feedback live, the other feedback I got is my wife went to your Instagram, Arthur.
Oh no.
And she said that you look exactly how you sound.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, there's no way that's a compliment, but it's fine. It's fine with me.
it might be. It might be a compliment. Who's to say?
Hey, you know what? That shows my brand is on the right track.
It shows that a woman did think about you momentarily.
That's
more than anyone can say
awesome.
about me. Which is fine.
That's my news. How was your last 7? What was 6? How many days?
It's been a week.
It's
been 7.
been exactly 1 week.
Yeah.
I've had quite a week of bad brain.
I thought you were going to say something about the candy factory.
Oh, I just didn't go this week.
Oh, okay.
I went on Monday. Oh no, I went on Tuesday. Monday was a holiday. I went on Tuesday, and then I left after 3 hours, and then I did not go back.
How'd that work out? Are they upset about that? Are they gonna?
Well, I told them I was going home on Tuesday, and they said, okay, that's fine. Come back tomorrow. And then I texted my boss 30 minutes before my shift started on Wednesday, and I said, I'm not going to come in today. And he said, like, okay, I guess that's fine. And then on Thursday, I was supposed to go, and I just slept in. I just did not tell anybody that I wasn't going to show up. And I got a call today, which I did not answer. And I got a voicemail, which I did not listen to.
You should play the voicemail live on the podcast.
I will not.
Okay, that's fair. But it would be pretty funny if you did, especially if it was bad.
If I got fired live on you.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I mean, not for you, but like I think the audience would really enjoy that.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Skill, you are an accountant, right?
That's incorrect. Coach is an accountant.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's because you shared that information when I was on the phone with you, and I mixed you both together.
That's fine.
Yeah, we are basically one person that's just been split into 2 people.
Yeah, we're very in sync, as they say.
Yeah, no, Skillshy is not an accountant.
No,
he is the candy man.
I work in a candy factory, presumably.
Yeah, we can't really say for sure if you still work at one until listen
I
to
knew
that
that.
voice.
I thought maybe you were like doing payroll for the Oompa Loompas. Or
I desperately wish I was.
so what is? I'm sure you talked about this, so
Yeah,
I'll keep my questions to a minimum. But
it's fine.
I do want to know what you do at the candy factory, or did potentially.
I think I have some of the candy that I could show you what I make. But essentially, imagine like there's an 80-year-old white woman, and you go to her house
Ugh.
as like an 11-year-old, and you're like, my mom said I have to mow your lawn because you're old. And then she's like, here's 75 cents and a candy. That candy is what I make. And it's just in a glass bowl that nobody has looked at in 12 years.
Are they individually wrapped?
No.
Okay, so they're all stuck together.
Is this the box that you're sending me? Or
Yeah.
did you already send that?
I have not sent it yet, and I also don't know where it is. But it's fine.
That's fine.
You can imagine the candy.
Yeah.
So there's a big machine. It looks like a dryer, I guess. Just spins around. And you put little just solidified sugar. And then you cover it in liquid sugar. And then when it's covered in liquid sugar, spin it around, you put like powdered sugar on top of it. And then it gets like one layer of powdered sugar thicker. And then you do that about 800 times. And then it's big enough. It's literally just solid sugar. It's absolutely disgusting. And nobody should eat it. And I pray that we go out of business.
Is it? I mean, do you eat? When was the last time you had some of it?
4 months ago, I had one because we were attempting to create a new flavor. So I had to test if the flavor was good, and it was not.
So it was a failed attempt.
Yeah, but it wasn't my fault. It was R&D.
So this is a
Like,
big.
how do you just invent a new flavor? Like surely
Like we're not inventing
all
a new
the flavors.
The
have been
standard.
found.
We're not inventing a new flavor. We only have so many flavors of sugar that we.
They're all just like fruit.
No, it's
and like a mint,
peppermint,
probably.
peppermint and black licorice and like spearmint. So they were attempting.
Those are like the worst candies.
Oh, it's disgusting. Yeah, they're not good. I'll just post this picture for you guys. If
this is the kind of candy I'm thinking of, then I do really like it.
You do not like this. Okay, you're gonna have to do some finagling, but that's the link. It's called Scotch Mints. Nobody really knows it by that name. I just call it old white lady candy. Like whatever you're imagining when I say old white lady, yeah. Whenever you imagine when I say that, it's close enough.
Is that the brand?
Who's to say?
So yes. Interesting.
I think these are cool.
You think these are cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were attempting to make a lemon flavor, which not good, not a good idea.
Hey, I'm looking at your website. I mean, this website. You got all sorts of shit.
Yeah, I only make those.
Okay, yeah, because you guys got a fruit mix. Yeah, I could get behind that. These are all old. These are all old people.
These are all candies that were invented in 1892, and then just never updated.
Yeah, because you've been in business since 1895.
Yeah, so at the time,
they're now hiring for your new location.
Yeah, don't dox too much.
I'm just. Yeah.
I think these. I like the way they fall apart in your mouth. They are very. I'm sure part of that is the process, the painstaking process of layering the different kinds of sugar.
Yeah,
I think you guys really nail that.
Thank you.
And I'm actually a little bit starstruck now. I didn't realize you were a
Yeah,
celebrity.
you've probably seen something that I've made
I've seen your
in a
work.
gas station.
I like that the job posting says, "Are you looking for a sweet new job?" That's great.
Yeah, they do love to
Do little
really
candy puns. Yeah.
just sweet.
Oh.
They're-
If tell me if this is doxing. It could be cut out, but
It won't.
okay. Well, then I hope it's not. But I just if for the listeners to imagine the candy, just imagine if you go to 7-Eleven and you wonder why they don't have any good candy.
Yeah,
This is what is there instead.
yeah, that's exactly right. Um, I really we make a lot. I work in a team of 3, and I personally do the least work, and I make 700 pounds a day.
British.
No, metric, which is British.
So imperial.
Yeah.
You guys get $75 worth of free candy every year. That's great.
That's not true. We get 100.
Oh well, then the list maybe you get 100. A new person only gets 75.
It was 200.
The union's weakened since you signed your contract.
It was 200 last year. We got a memo because of coronavirus. They were like, "Look, times are tough right now, and I know
You can't be handing out this delicious candy.
like going to the grocery store is not easy right now. It's like unsure about the safety of it, so we're gonna give you an extra $100 worth of the worst candy of all time."
90-year-old piano teachers aren't handing out treats like they used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like offensive to me that they're like instead like it was as a replacement for the grocery store is $100
Are y'all's caramels any good?
No, none of it's good.
Uh,
The only thing that I would recommend to you, I'm gonna send you all the good stuff and the stuff that I make.
Okay.
Just
To be clear, those are two separate categories.
two separate things.
Because I know based on the listing, when you listed the stuff that you made, I know I like absolutely none of it.
Oh, nobody likes any of it. I have no idea who's buying it.
I feel erased.
Do you buy this?
Lord, no.
Yeah.
But if it's on offer, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
you
of
might
course, if
have
anything's
3.
on offer, I'm just going to eat it because
Yeah.
I'm gross, but I'm not like enjoying the experience of eating
No,
these candies.
You're just like, well,
I'm
this
just
is
like, well, it's there.
Yeah. Wow, these are expensive. Jesus.
All right, so this is all Canadian money, right?
Yeah.
All right, so $3.75 Canadian, you can get 425 grams worth of candy. Is that a lot? That seems like a pretty good deal. I don't know.
Which I don't know what you're looking at, but no, nothing.
Looking at your
nothing
website.
is. I don't know which product you're looking at, but none of it is worth that much.
There's exactly one review for this product. Great quality and taste. I grew up with this candy. 5 stars.
How old is that person? This is like when
John Marston.
This review is from yesterday.
It was me. So, also for the listener and for you guys, you know, like the worst Halloween candy that you're just like, why does this exist? Like the most disgusting. Like if you had to imagine the worst Halloween candy that you've ever.
Whoppers. I hate Whoppers.
Whoppers are good.
They're disgusting.
They're high quality stuff. I'm talking about the orange and black garbage that.
I'd probably rather eat that than a Whopper.
No, you would not.
Well, that's your.
That's insane. That's an insane opinion.
Yeah. Arthur, do you know the thing that I'm talking about? I sent
Yeah,
it in the chat.
yes. I
That's
think I
the
do. I've not
worst.
been able to pull it up.
That's the worst candy of all time, in my opinion.
The one that you linked?
Yeah, the second link that I sent you.
All right, let me pull this bad boy up.
Like, it's an orange and black wrapper, and you try and open it, and it's just sticky. There's no real anything to it. It's just sticky.
Oh yeah, I don't even think I've gotten a lot of these on Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever opened one of them.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You should not.
But I will say, and this is not what the candy is, but I am a defender of candy corn. I think it's good.
Oh,
It's
candy corn's
obviously
great.
Candy corn
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
I
okay.
like when I have it, I'm like, oh yeah, I understand why people hate this for sure. It is not good, but also I will eat it and enjoy it. I think there's a lot of like mismatch between what people think is okay to like and what they actually like. And I think like if you put somebody like the average person in an MRI machine and just had them eat candy corn, more parts of their brain would light up than like if they ate asparagus, you know?
Yeah. Or if
Candy
they were
corn is
reading
like kind of
poetry.
cloyingly sweet, but in a good way. Also, y'all have lollipops.
Yeah, I got you too many lollipops.
Oh, I do like lollipops. I like that they're lollipop suck-ons. Which I'm
That-
sure it's not how you pronounce it.
That
but
that
that's
is
what it looks like.
that is French.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm just an idiot, but
Yeah,
I can't wait for those lollipop suck-ons.
oh yeah, you're gonna
Ooh.
like this. You're gonna like this.
I'm gonna hand them out at work and be like, "Would you like this suck-on?" And then I'll have to go to HR. It'll be great.
Yeah, HR. So yeah, that's the candy factory. That's where I work. I am not an accountant. Coach is an accountant.
I'm
Y'all
kind
have
of
soda candy? Oh, get out of town!
I think I got you the soda lollipops, the suck-ons. I think.
Yes, it says suck-ons on it. Yeah.
Do you sell like the soda gummies? Is that you guys?
No, I desperately wish we did.
I don't think you guys have a whole lot in the gummy.
No,
department.
we have no gummies. We have
that-
taffies, we have toffees, and we have hard candy.
So the kind of candy you'd buy in like an Oregon beach town.
It's the kind of candy that you would like rip off of a 7-Eleven wall if someone was having like a diabetic attack. And you're just like, they just
It's the
need
kind of candy I would pick up from the front at like a hostess stand at a restaurant.
Yeah, we do
And
also
presumably they buy, but I would never purchase myself.
Oh yeah, we do like expressly manufacture a certain line of products explicitly for like after dinner mints at restaurants. And when all the restaurants shut down, that was like a big part of our business. And I was like, oh, we're going to go out of business because of this. Awesome. It did not
You guys
happen.
are fine. Yeah.
Did not happen. I don't know if we're fine, but
we don't know if you still have a job.
I think it's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
if there's one business model I would trust to be sustainable for the next 40 years, it's a business that relies on the purchasing power of people old enough to remember buying candy out of barrels.
Yeah. That
In no way is that group getting smaller and smaller every single day.
yeah. So that's, you get that. Arthur, you missed out on the saga of the Nigerian. And that was a time. I worked with a Nigerian man, and oh boy, he's a character. He's a rapist. I'll say it again.
Oh, that is quite a character trait.
Yeah, that's like the one part of his personality that I have really nailed down.
Yeah, that's a strong personality.
It's one of the first
Well, I mean,
things
it's more
that
of
he
an
told me.
occupation more than a personality trait.
He's not getting paid for that.
Okay, it's a
Love the game.
hobby.
It's one of the first things that he told me. Like within a month of meeting him,
Hi, I'm the Nigerian. I'm a rapist.
he didn't say it like that. What he did say was, once you're married, the woman has no choice when you have sex. And
Okay.
I was like, I don't know if that's true, buddy. And he's like, wow, Canada, so weird. All right.
Yikes.
Yeah. Pretty rough.
And so this guy is no longer working.
Oh, no, he's still there.
Oh, okay.
But
When you said I missed the saga, I didn't realize that he had just become a normal part of your life.
he's been a normal part of my life for like 2.5 years. But he has switched departments, ironically against his will.
Now he's in HR.
Yeah, he is leading the sexual harassment training, and it's not what they do at normal sexual harassment trainings. Let me tell you,
No, it's more like boot camp.
it is. It is training for sexual harassment. Yeah, I just remembered that he existed because I almost never see him anymore. And I was like, you know what? You missed a time in my life when I would see him every day.
Damn. He was part of that 3-person team.
Yeah. And then he got kicked off. He got moved to a different department.
Would you die for the people on your team?
No.
Wow. Hardly a unit.
Well, if you recall, one of those people on my team walked up to me with no context and said, "Do you know a swear word beginning with the letter N?" Which,
That's right.
And then he was confused. And he was like, "Oh."
He's like, "What is it?"
He asked his daughter.
Yes, his like 15-year-old daughter, and he was like, "She wouldn't tell me either."
Because he has a racist crossword puzzle.
It is
6 down. A slur starting with the letter N.
But he didn't say slur. He said swear word, which makes it very interesting. Because
Are there swear words that start with N? That isn't the one in particular that is known by being starting with the letter N?
A nincompoop?
That's what I was going to say. Depending on how old
Nimrod.
this person is. Nimrod.
Yeah. Nimrod's a good one. It's a biblical name.
Oh, this reminds me of an episode of Survivor where one guy was like accusing somebody else of being racist and saying that he was calling him the N-word, except that he said it because he was allowed to say it.
Yeah.
So the rest of the episode, the guy who was being accused just called him by other words that started with N, like nincompoop or Nimrod, but never the N-word.
I did that in high school. I thought I was hilarious.
Yep.
Sometimes it would go over okay. Most of the time, it would not.
Well, the important thing is you took a risk.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm trying to make friends. I want them to know that I understand what racism is, but that I do not do it. So
yeah, I don't partake in racism, but know that I could.
I could if I wanted to, but I'm not. It's very like, I'm not touching you.
I really want to say the N-word, but know that I'm not.
I just walk up to a black person, hey, Nigel. And it's just like, it's the I'm not touching you of racism. And I think that that's fine.
Yeah,
I think that's,
I would love for that to be something that I had outgrown as a bit that I would think was good. But unfortunately,
now you're going to start doing it.
Yeah, it still works, even in 2021. Last year it might not have worked, but maybe this year.
Yeah, everybody
It is
forgot.
White Boy Summer, so you can get away with it.
Yeah, the boys are back.
The boys are back.
The boys are. No.
No.
Yeah, my white boy summer started and ended with the wedding, and I don't even remember it. So that's cool.
You did it. Speaking of white boy summer, I'm gonna get
Chet
into
Hanks.
yeah. My bad boy is not Chet Hanks, but close. Very similar people.
It's Tom Hanks.
Yeah. No, not similar at all. But his name is John C. Lilly. And I stumbled across this man because I was having a conversation on Twitch. And somebody suggested Kanye would be great if he wasn't crazy. And I said, name one genius who ain't crazy.
What Twitch were you on? This wasn't my Twitch.
No, this was not your Twitch. Your Twitch is just full of racists.
No, it isn't. It's full of Red Bull, the person, not the drink, and then everyone else is just like, yikes.
Yeah.
They'll just come in and say something racist, and everyone's like, "Come on, man, don't do that."
Yeah. Yeah. So I was in a separate Twitch stream, and
what was it like? Was it a music stream or was it?
Yeah, it was a music stream.
Cool.
And they were playing Kanye West as a Tame Impala song, and so somebody said Kanye would be like, I forget what word they used, but basically great if he wasn't crazy. So I said, name one genius who ain't crazy. And then they said John C. Lilly. And I was like, okay, I'm going to debunk this right now.
That's some content.
I'm going to debunk this right now because there's no way that this guy's either a genius or not crazy. I looked him up. He seems to be a genius based on his accolades as an American physician, neuroscientist, psychoanalyst, psychonaut, philosopher, writer, and inventor. And I was like, okay, I'll give him genius, perhaps. But let's see if he's crazy. And basically what he's known for is he invented the isolation tank, the sensory deprivation tanks. And then you put dolphins in them and give them LSD. So,
I can't imagine those dolphins are doing well now, or are
I feel
alive.
like on LSD, I've never done LSD, but I feel like you're supposed to be taking in stimulus, right? Like you're supposed to be looking at flowers and enjoying nature or something. This is you're just trapped in your own mind.
I think part of the appeal of doing that in an isolation tank is that it removes the kind of what you might qualify as a distraction, as the easily distracted nature of being on psychedelics. You have like stimulation and you see things that you normally take for granted in ways that you never have before. I mean, I've never used an isolation tank, but it does sound interesting. Like, what do you get when you remove? I mean, I guess I wouldn't do it to a dolphin. That seems like a rude waste of drugs.
You're like, you should have just asked me to do it. I would have done it.
Yeah, I'm way smarter than a dolphin.
Yeah.
How about this? Next week, we all go into isolation to Chanks. We do LSD. We immediately, upon exiting, get on the cast. See what happens. Get maybe a fourth party there to record it.
Yeah.
That hasn't done it, and
then swap.
Yeah. I mean, for my own tank, I would need to use my baby nephew's little plastic bathtub, and I guess I just lay a tarp on top of that.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, so he was trying to. This is in 1951. He was attempting to display patterns of brain electrical activity on a CRT television, which pretty advanced. And then he tried to insert electrodes into a living brain.
Is this also a dolphin?
No, this is a human brain at this point.
Okay.
And he also sponsored research on human-animal communication with a dolphin.
Was
So
this guy at all associated with the woman who lived in a house with a dolphin and had sex with it?
I assume that woman was him.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please continue.
Uh, yeah, he's. I don't know if that's a crime, but it doesn't feel right to be putting animals in a self-deprivation tank and then giving them psychedelics.
Oh, so you're doing one of my things where I make up a crime
I
as an
No, I'm
excuse to
pretty
talk
sure
about
that's a
something.
crime.
I think it's.
I'm pretty sure that
I'm-
is animal cruelty.
I think it's technically legal, particularly in the 50s when they didn't know that animals had nerve endings. Yeah, he's. I think he's certified crazy. At the very minimum, he is. He is not good. So that's my bad boy. Is that? Do you guys accept that?
So you proved that guy on Twitch wrong, is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
absolutely.
All right, mission accomplished. We did it.
Yeah, I won the argument, and therefore that guy's my bad boy. What was his name? I do not know.
Well, he was
Lily,
taking
John
drugs.
Lily or whatever.
No, the Twitch guy. I don't know what the Twitch guy.
Oh, the Twitch guy. Yeah, well, fuck him.
Yeah,
Drugs are illegal, so he
that's
is
also
criminal.
true. This is MK Ultraing the ocean.
That's right. It was actually Charles Manson he was putting in the tank.
And then he died of heart failure. Get this, September 30th, 2001.
Oh, it was just too much.
Yeah, he was very upset about just
Oh,
the
yeah.
loss of property for
He had just
United
heard.
Air. For United Air, they lost a lot of property, and that was too sad.
I was upset too as a 8-year-old.
As a shareholder.
Yeah. In fact, let me take my my AMC winnings and buy some United Air stock, just to put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah, you
Speaking
could
of
do
putting
that.
money places, so since San Diego ghosted me, as I knew would happen,
You
I was like, I'm
manifested
gonna,
it.
I was like, I'm gonna buy a bunch of things on dating apps to make myself feel better, and that didn't work at all. I bought $30 worth of boosts on Bumble, got nothing to show for it. Used a super boost on Hinge, nothing to show for it. I downloaded a new app called Jigsaw, which is kind of interesting. It's like Hinge, but it puts a puzzle piece like autism over your face or other people, all the faces. So it's probably also farming facial recognition data. But that's fine. And the idea is that like when you message people, more of the puzzle gets unpuzzled, so you can actually see what the person looks like. But you can't when you're like matching with people and stuff. Of course, for me, I've taken it as now, well, I need to just look really, really hard at the pictures
Yeah.
to make sure that they're not ugly.
Yeah, look for any reflections.
Or just,
Or
I'm like, all right,
shadows.
like just trying to like do like inferences and be like, okay, so like this person's face looks like this here. So like, and this little bit of their eyes poking through. So if I can do the math, this is probably what the rest of their face looks like. Pass.
Totally normal human behavior.
Did you guys ever see those anti-smoking ads that were just like grotesque faces made from different pieces of like cut out from magazines?
No.
They were in comic
that
books.
sounds horrifying. Well,
I'm imagining you assembling like a hypothetical woman's face.
Well, like, cause let me see if I can hold this up to the thing. So, like, you see what I'm talking about? You can kind of see. You see the puzzles,
Yeah.
and like her, there's a little bit sneaking through, and you can see her chin, so you can kind of, her forehead's only yay big. That's important. You don't want it to be.
Yeah, to be
giant.
1/3.
Yeah. yeah, I'll take the chance on that. Anyways, you see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
Are you on OK Cupid?
Yeah. Oh, I spent $40 on that to see everybody who liked me, which was a waste of money because there's a reason why I didn't like them.
Are you on So Gay Stupid?
Good one.
There was a really long time, basically until I started talking, when I thought that was real, and it was just something I had not heard of. So I guess the moral of the story is actually I'm so gay stupid.
Stupid. I think we should make an app for that where it's just finding other people who are so gay and also stupid. A dating app for dumb gay people.
If you swipe left, they're gay, and if you swipe right, they're stupid.
Yeah.
But either way, you're going to date them.
Yeah, you have to. You sign a contract.
Yeah, dating app with a contract involved that you have to sign. Where you have to date me.
We should make a dating app. We have the technology. We can make a dating app. The three of us.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing nothing, I imagine it would run about as well as the dating apps that are currently available.
Yeah.
Like Tinder,
if we make it cost $3 and we don't limit people's algorithm, everyone will use it.
Yeah, I think we could make at least $10, $15.
Absolutely.
Yeah, from me. There's three right there.
Yeah.
Just us. You swipe twice. There are no more people in your area.
I have my location setting to just the entire world. I went global. Yeah. But needless to say, I'm probably gonna do the old delete Bumble and then remake it again tomorrow. That'll be fun.
That'll work.
So
I'll get 5. I'll get like another 20 likes, and I'll be like, oh yes, validation, and then I'll be like, I don't like I hate these people, or I'll match with them, and then they never message me. Isn't this fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. My bad boy also involves money, actually. So this was where did I put it? Where's the? Oh, there it is. I was hiding it behind my microphone. All right, so I know the audience is a big fan of Japanese crimes, and they're a big fan of unsolved Japanese crimes. So I found another unsolved Japanese crime. Hopefully it's as good as the other one.
It's right in our demographic.
Yeah, really, really playing the hits. So this crime that Sadamichi Hirasawa was committed or
Arthur
accused of
furiously Googling him. Get the information first. Oh yeah, I've heard of this guy.
I'm gonna scoop you.
No. And look, this time I was able to get the
can I go
down.
first?
No. So this guy was accused of committing a crime. The crime being somebody. Well, okay. So let's say that this guy was accused of committing a crime, and then let's say what the crime is. So a man claiming to be an epidemiologist presented some employees at a bank. And he's like, "Yo, my name is Dr. Shigeru Matsui." And then he said he was sent by the U.S. occupation authorities because of some dysentery outbreak in the neighborhood. So he was then giving them antidotes for the dysentery, which if you didn't know what dysentery is.
It's from Oregon Trail.
It's from Oregon Trail. It's famously invented by the developers of Oregon Trail. It's where you
Velatrex.
So he gave the doctor gave people antidotes. 12 people died, and then he disappeared from the bank with 1,600 yen, which
That's
isn't a
not
lot.
a lot. What is
No,
that?
it's really not. That's like
It's like
what, like
$16.
no, it's like less than $20,000.
1,600 yen.
Yeah.
1,600 yen.
No, oh no, sorry, 1,600,000. So yeah, that
1.6 million.
Yeah, aren't
no
you an
what?
accountant?
No, it's sorry. Yen's complicated. It's I just
Just
can't
say
read and
the
I'm
just say
stupid.
the number.
It's 160,000 yen,
Okay.
which is like less than $20,000 if I'm remembering my conversion rates correctly. But
1,456 United States dollars.
yeah, so not a lot.
Less than 1,500 American dollars.
But this was how long ago?
This was like 1948.
Okay.
So I mean, it was a little bit more, I mean, still not a lot, but a little bit more than what we're making out to seem now. But also the poisoner left behind 180,000 yen, which so it was a loss of 20,000 yen. So mathematically, the person really goofed up, and so this so-called Dr. Matsui wasn't actually Dr. Matsui. So because they found down the police found the real one, and he had an alibi. So they're like, who actually did the crime, right? And that's when the police tracked down our boy Hirasawa that I mentioned at the top, who had allegedly, and by allegedly I mean apparently did.
Yeah, that's what allegedly means.
Yeah. So this guy had gotten a business card from the fake doctor earlier.
The good doctor.
Or no. He got a business card from the real one, and then the police asked him to show him the card, and he's like, "I lost it. Like, I don't have the business card. Why is this important?" And then apparently this led the police to suspect him as being the poisoner impersonating Dr. Matsui. And this is just like some guy. I think he was an artist or something, like really just a guy. So it all because he just lost the card that he got from the actual doctor. And that's why he got, he was interrogated. He was tortured. And eventually confessed because that's how Japanese court works. They're pretty good at getting confessions. And yeah, they've never found the actual person who did it. And this guy died of pneumonia in 1987. He was on death row.
They gave him pneumonia?
Years. Yeah, that was the way that they...
That is the story I wanted to talk about.
Getting pneumonia?
No.
He died by coughing squad.
The death penalty. Is this...
Japan likes the death penalty. Japan's a little problematic. I feel like people don't appreciate that enough.
In keeping with my pattern of not doing stuff I should have done before the show, I'm going to pee, but I'm going to keep my headphones on, so I'll hear the whole thing.
Great.
Cool.
I'm going to turn my mic off. Sorry, perverts.
Oh, no.
Darn it.
So that was your time to speak, Arthur, but that's fine. I will... Go away.
I was going to be fast.
All right.
And now you were doing something.
Now you're slow. Now you're slow. Get out of here. I'm gonna...
No, I'm staying.
Oh, wait, actually, no. Now this is a perfect time for me to go preheat my oven. So I'm going to do that.
Oh, perfect. Now it's just me. So what's interesting here, folks, this country, known as America, the United States of America, the Justice Department is quietly amending...
I got back before Arthur.
You know what? You freaking interrupted. The Justice Department in Washington is quietly amending its execution protocols, no longer requiring federal death sentences to be carried out by lethal injection. My understanding of this is that is sensationalized media, and the truth is that the medical field has decided that it's no longer ethical to kill people by lethal injection.
So they're just going to kill them other ways, right?
Yeah. So now
Yeah.
the new methods.
Okay, I'm back.
Thank you. The new methods that the United States of America are using in lieu of lethal injection is firing squads and poison gas.
Firing
Yeah, I mean,
squad. Sorry, please.
I mean, those sound worse than the injection.
Yeah, that's why I think that it's weird.
Because also, famously, the Nazis used poison gas.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, firing squad is the only method of execution that has never failed.
No, actually, I did read a story that there was. I was going to talk about this actually, and I forgot. I believe it was a Spanish man who got shot 6 times point blank in a firing squad in the face and survived.
Wow. Okay.
Did they just let him walk? Like, did they just like?
He played dead and then crawled away.
Oh shit, that's cool.
I think it might be generous to say that he played dead. That he had the wherewithal to form a plan.
He did form a plan.
He was down and he just kind of stayed down.
So he was Mexican, not Spanish. He survived firing squad after being shot 8 to 9 times and lived for another 60 years.
60?
60. He died at the age of 85. So
each bullet injected a decade of life into him.
Yes. Minimum. That's
wow.
Yeah. And this guy, Wenceslao. I don't know, dude. I'm not.
That doesn't sound very Mexican.
I didn't put the accent on it. I'm sorry. From his unexpected fame, he was dubbed El Fusilado, or the Executed One, a nickname that inspired a 2008 song by none other than Chumbawamba.
Wow, in their golden age.
In 2008.
Tub Thumpin' had just come out, what? A short 15 years ago?
Yeah. So South Carolina just approved March 4th, 2021, execution by firing squad.
Nice.
So this article says that there's a shortage of lethal injection drugs, which I have to believe
because they're being used to make the vaccine.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I have to believe that that's not true. And the original article that I read said execution protocols are being amended and no longer require federal death sentences to be carried out by lethal injection. But the original story I read said that the medical community did not approve of the death penalty, which it goes along with the oath that they do, the Hippocratic Oath.
Do no harm, baby.
Yeah, except, anytime, basically. They do a lot of harm.
That's part of why, like, lethal injection, I mean, I guess all methods of execution are very fucked up, but with lethal injection, it's especially fucked up because they cannot get doctors to do it. So they actually have, I don't know, just frequently, I don't know about the actual, like, placement of the IV. I don't know if they get medical professionals to do that, but like the person who actually does the killing is just some person, probably like an employee at the facility.
Oh yeah, it was described to me as a government employee.
The mayor.
The mayor. It's a JFK impersonator. Yeah. So I think that's very strange that they're bringing back firing squads, but it is the only death sentence that I know of that no one knows who did it, and therefore nobody's guilty. Like, for lethal injection, you're like, okay, it was the guy in the lab coat that killed him. But this is just like, I don't know, 6 people had a musket. Could have been any of them.
I don't know if this is a practice anymore, but I know sometimes they would have one person fire a blank, but they wouldn't say who. So
Yeah.
everyone got to have like the plausible kind of
Yeah.
possibility in their head that they weren't responsible.
Yeah. I don't know. I always understood it that only one person had a bullet, and the rest of them had
No,
blanks.
give everybody bullets. Just you can be a team player. You collaborate on a project together, and something great comes out of it, right? I mean, I think one person getting be a freeloader is un-American.
It's like if you give like 3 out of 4 guys blanks,
yeah,
they're gonna be like, I probably have a blank. I'm not even gonna aim that well. Doesn't really matter. And then they just
I'm gonna like do a joke shot where I like kill, like I'm gonna shoot myself on accident, or I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot as like a funny bit. Do you think people do bits during the firing squads?
I don't know. Do they do bits in like ISIS videos? I think so. Right?
I mean, if ISIS does, certainly you do enough of these things, you're desensitized to it. You're going to start doing bits.
Yeah. The gallows humor.
That's just life, man. Oh, yeah, literally gallows humor, yeah.
Give 5 of them guns and one of them shuriken.
Oh, if they could if I would be that guy for sure.
For sure again. They'd be like, hey, coach, can you do this? And you're like, for sure I can. There you go.
And they'd be like,
yeah. No.
We don't know if you're emotionally prepared to kill a man. We're taking this opportunity away.
That's, you know what? Anyway.
I'm prepared. I'm just kidding.
I would not be prepared. Have you ever had to pretend that you're a stronger person than you are?
No.
Never. If anything, I'm toning it down.
Exactly.
You're toning it down quite a bit. At one point, there was a mouse infestation in my backyard. And by mouse infestation, there was like a mother.
There was like some mice.
There was like there was one mouse with like 6 baby mice that were just born. And my dad came over to like help me deal with this. And
why'd you have to deal with it? Why couldn't you just let them?
Because what if they get into my house, dumbass?
Fuck.
What if they're just? What if they're just they're just hanging? They're just they're like Animal Crossing villagers. They're just hanging out.
They're not. They're gonna eat my wires.
No, they're not.
They're delicious wires.
Famously, mice eat house wires.
You bought those wires. You were gonna cook them for dinner.
Look, I think
I mean that they're gonna. First of all, they're gonna electrocute themselves and die in my drywall.
And well, then you don't have to. You're gonna kill them regardless.
Yeah, but I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen in my house where I can't get to it, and it's just a decaying organism that I have to.
Well, it's cooked, so it's gonna. I mean, it'll.
I don't know if it's that well cooked.
It sounds like you're prosecuting
and then
them
also
for pre-crime.
Yeah, and then also it's gonna ruin my electricity. Your oven's fast, dude.
Yeah, I was fast running over there.
That's
I
true.
had to keep up.
It's true. And my dad was just like, I'll give you a shovel and you can deal with it. And then I was like, sure, I'll deal with it. And
I'll just take these field mice and bonk them on the head.
Yeah, they were like 3 hours old. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then my dad's like, are you really going to do it? I'm like, no, absolutely not. I can't do that. Are you crazy?
They're just babies. Yeah,
can't kill like 6 baby mice. We ended up shoveling them into a large bucket and then driving them to a better field.
There you go. And then they probably got eaten like immediately.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
When I caught a mouse in my apartment in Brooklyn, I just let it out next to a bar I didn't like.
How did that turn out?
Uh, it was shot. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't go to the bar.
Was the bar still open?
No, it was like 3 a.m. I had become extremely high
Uh,
on weed, and I had a
Exclusive.
live trap that had not worked at all for like 2 weeks. And then, as I was about to go to bed, I noticed that there was a mouse in it, and I was unprepared to deal with that. But I didn't want to leave it in this little box
Yeah,
or kill it, so I just let it out next to the loud bar by my apartment.
that's good.
But it was thank you. So you were saying?
Oh, the mice lived. They're living it up. They got their own place now. Um, one of them's going off to college.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gonna
How's that? Do you feel like a dad that you saved them?
studying cheese making. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know anything about mice.
They're not in Minecraft, so
Yeah.
I can't say I know anything about them either.
What's it called to make cheese?
Cheese
Make
making.
cheese as a job.
Cheeseology.
How much does a cheesemaker make?
How much does a cheesemaker make? That's a great question.
$33,301 per year on average in America, or $16 per hour.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, that's not bad to make cheese.
I mean, I imagine there's a gap between like a master cheesemaker and just a.
Yeah, no, I want to.
Yeah,
how
like
much does the best cheesemaker make? Like
Um,
some like Italian guy making some fucking Parmesan or whatever.
I mean, if you're the best cheesemaker, you're probably making gorgonzola.
Mm.
Cheese industry worker job description. Starting $8.50 per hour. Oof.
This obviously rules, but I can't do another 2 hour.
Oh yeah,
half
no,
of
I'm
this
like I
episode.
can't either. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if it's possible I misunderstood the premise, the base premise of the show. My criminal is just someone I knew in high school who.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's exactly on
You've
brand.
nailed it.
Okay. Good. There's a guy named Tyler, which is his real name. I haven't spoken to him in a long time,
Tyler,
or ever really.
come on the show. Defend yourself.
Yeah, Tyler, you owe it to the people. No, the first thing I ever heard Tyler say was that he had a friend. We were in health class together, and they were talking. And Tyler's friend, who we'll call Harrison because that's also his name. He said he would like had some plans today. I don't know. He was gonna like go play a board game with some people. And Tyler was huge. He was like 7 feet tall. He had a Harpo Marx hair, just very curly
cool.
and big. Very strong, very effective bully. But he was so shocked that his friend had any plans except watching Mind of Mencia that night.
That sucks so bad.
That was my first impression. And then the next impression I got, and
that wasn't the crime.
Yeah, I was about to say like, yeah, you just really like Mind of Mencia.
No, the crime is an actual crime, but it's
good.
later. But this, I still kind of am in awe of this because it was the most payoff bullying wise for the amount of effort put in. Which was my friend was listening to an iPod like in the hall in high school. Apparently he was listening to Elton John, and Tyler just walked by my friend and grabbed his iPod and looked at it and said, "Elton John, you know he's gay, right?" And then gave it back to him.
That's a hate crime.
It was.
It's like he was like so confident that knowing that he's not going to listen to this now. I don't even have to.
And I think
I have to use my big muscles.
Right. I think he was right.
You know, he did do that Grammy show with Eminem, who is famously homophobic. So I think it's just for show. I think he's a
That's
Hollywood
true.
gay.
Yeah, he's like everyone else in Hollywood, a straight pedophile.
That still fucks boys. But in a
As a
straight
joke.
way.
Yeah.
It is a bit. I have good news, guys. This article by Maria Fontoura has 15 reasons to quit your job and make cheese.
You're halfway there.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Well, you're like 45% there.
Yeah.
How much different is cheese making from candy making? You're making a food.
Yeah. That's fine.
There's science involved. I mean, so what did Tyler's at? What was Tyler's?
Well, he was eventually expelled.
Nice.
And
Happy Pride Month, folks.
I don't know why he was expelled. I do know that it was not shocking to anyone that he would be expelled, because I remember we had a vice principal who just a totally separate group of kids, never, as far as I know, never spoke with Tyler. They forked the vice principal's yard. You know what forking is?
No.
If
you
we're
just
talking
stick
about
a bunch of forks in
yeah,
the
you stick a
yard?
bunch of plastic forks. We're talking about the ratio of effort to output. That seems like it's on the opposite end of the spectrum from calling
Yeah.
Elton John gay. It's a lot of work for not. I don't know what the reward is. I guess the idea is that like you mow your lawn and you get some forks in your.
Yeah, you walk outside, you don't notice all the like hundreds of forks sticking out of the yard and go like, ah, yes, time to mow it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a mess.
But these kids who did this then tried to frame Tyler by spray painting on this guy's garage door, Tyler for life. It was not actually, because Tyler's a common enough name, that it was Tyler's last name for life.
Yeah.
And what was that last name?
So we can contact him and get him on the show.
Well, I tried Googling him because I wanted to look up the actual details of the crime, and it looks like it's been scrubbed, which is probably for the best. But I remember after he was expelled for a totally separate crime, because the kids who actually did that got caught. They left behind a receipt, and then for like a Rite Aid or whatever, they bought the forks, and then the security camera footage showed exactly who had done it. But so Tyler was expelled for something else. No one was surprised. But apparently Tyler was a genius also, because when we were like juniors in high school, someone just brought into school this newspaper story. I don't know why they had read it. I don't know who in my high school read the newspaper.
They're an aspiring true crime podcast host.
I guess so. But they brought in this article. They found this person with Tyler's exact name, who had actually, while we were like, he was in the same grade as us, but he had gone to college somehow, Oregon State University, and the paper, like, it was a story about how police were responding to someone being drunk and disorderly in a parking lot. And when the police showed up, they had to chase this person who was just throwing tires around this parking lot, like from a stack of tires in the bed of a truck. So apparently someone was in the truck. I don't know who, but Tyler was in the back of this truck. And the police, as they were chasing this person, this driver, this truck with Tyler in the back, he started throwing tires at the police.
Sounds like a wacky video game boss fight.
It really does. It's very Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
So he was very drunk.
They hit him 3 times and he dies.
Explodes. And that was the last I ever heard of him. And I'm deeply saddened by that, because I think, I didn't appreciate it at the time, but I don't know that I've ever like come into contact with a more interesting person.
None taken.
I mean, he does seem to be like a scholar and a gentleman as far as like bullies are concerned.
No, obviously there are points at which I can take issue with his methods, but I do think that in everything he did, he committed to it so deeply and effectively that I can't help but consider him a hero of mine.
Yeah, I mean, there's this. I can really get a sense of artistry behind everything that yeah, he's like an auteur as far as bullies go.
He's
I
a lot like
really,
Carlos Mencia in that way.
I have to assume that he thrived last year in the ACAB riots.
That's a great point.
If he was throwing tires at police 15 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, but it's also, I think he's an unpredictable enough figure that he could have either had a great time because he was throwing tires at police, or he was shooting protesters.
Yep. He changed his name to Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyler.
Yeah, Tyler Ittenhouse.
Yeah. It's fine.
Corey's in the house. All right.
Joseph's in the house.
If that was not going to be an appropriate crime, I was also prepared to talk about Michael Alig, who I was reminded of because we were talking about running out of lethal injection drugs. And he went to prison. He was a club promoter in New York. The movie Party Monster is about him. He's played by Macaulay Culkin. And apparently he died last year.
R.I.P.
Rip.
But he went to prison for murdering someone by injecting them with drain cleaner.
Oh, that sounds
just familiar.
Like #1 movie in America.
Let's go to prison.
Ever since a kid, Let's Go to Prison, where you inject people with boat cleaner.
Yeah.
But probably it's the same.
Yeah.
Is that movie? It seems like the kind of movie that could not be called good, but you could argue that there are points of it that are very funny. I know it was directed by Bob Odenkirk, which I was blown away to find out.
Yeah. Well, I call it good because I like it.
Look, this is going back to what I said about asparagus and candy corn. If you put someone in an MRI and make them watch Let's Go to Prison, more of their brain is lighting up than if they're watching fucking Whiplash. Now, Whiplash is a good movie, but you're not going to get any hate for watching Whiplash.
Like, here's the thing with Let's Go to Prison. It's paced very well. It goes by super fast if you're having a good time, which
you should be.
Who wouldn't? There's some good bits that are dated, but also like loop back around to holding up very well.
Yeah,
maybe just because you can't be offensive these days in movies, so it's refreshing seeing something be a little iffy. I don't know.
think it's a Dax Shepard's least offensive comedy.
Really? He is a little bit more rude in
Employee of the Month.
Employee of the Month, yeah.
He says the R word a couple times.
Yeah.
They make a gay sex joke. Idiocracy. He's also the Ow My Balls guy, right?
He loves watching Ow My Balls. I don't think he is.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Because I wasn't sure if that was him or if that was Justin Long, but Justin Long was the doctor, who also says the R word.
It was a different time.
He does an offensive Indian accent in Without a Paddle. A little bit dated.
Wow. I guess I'll never watch that movie.
He puts a red dot on his forehead and he does an offensive Indian accent talking about a convenience store. So,
Well, are you sure he wasn't doing an impression of Ashton Kutcher's Pop Chip commercial?
I am not sure of that at all.
What?
I'm going to look it up to make sure that I am not
slandering. You're not slandering pedophile Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, is he a pedophile too?
Sure.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
Mila Kunis lied about her age on that 70s show. She was 14, and they were dating on the show, and they kissed on the show for like a year.
I sent you guys a cool picture A link to a cool picture.
Very cool. I hate this website, by the way. Oh, yeah. That's Ashton Kutcher?
That's Ashton Kutcher. He's doing a sort of a character.
Yeah, I don't know
An
about that one.
It's a character who's different from him in an interesting way. And
Yeah.
the mustache is significant, but that's not all of it.
It's the outfit.
Yeah, his outfit certainly is a part of it, but skill, that's not what I'm talking about. And it's very subtle. You might not notice. He's been given the lightest layer. Just a kiss.
I can't get the stupid link to work.
Oh yeah, it adds all this text to the links.
Yeah, I can send.
I just.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, that works. That's. Oh wow.
Yeah. Wow. I say it's the makeup, but I'm not talking about the little mole they added. That was an interesting touch.
I like the Is that a prosthetic nose?
It appears to be.
Yeah, that's something.
How can the people at home find this image?
You can Google Ashton Kutcher pop chip.
All right. I'm going to post the picture in the
Discord. Round face
with no context.
Speaking of the Discord, join the Discord.
Yeah.
Also join my Minecraft server.
Yeah.
It's been fun. There's been some activity actually.
It's good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I suppose that wraps it up. We're going to do a short episode this week.
So a normal length episode.
A slightly longer than normal one. I just love hanging out with Arthur, you guys.
It's a good time. I also feel like the episodes have been longer because you guys very politely wait for me to bring up my crime, and I just do not.
Oh no, I can assure you it's not because we're being polite. It's because, at least in my case, I'm not thinking about it at all.
Yeah.
You're not desperate to know what I brought to the table this week?
I mean, I'm interested, but you'll get to it. And I also don't think about it. I'm like, oh, he'll say it.
Yeah. I forget that we do that for about half of the episodes usually.
Yeah, once I do mine, I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
Don't have to think about it.
Once we hit 30 minutes, I'm like, oh, yeah. Got to read this article word for word.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's what I did.
Yeah. It's fine. Now I had another story that I have to leave the tab open until next week so I can talk about this.
Well, then you don't have to do any work.
Yeah, I pre-prepared. It's a crime against nature, folks. Little spoiler.
Something to keep them hooked.
Yeah, we love nature.
Oh, you're doing miscegenation next week?
Yeah. Misogyny against trees, right? That's what that means.
Am I going to be accused of that too?
Yeah.
For people who do know what miscegenation means, I don't actually think that is bad.
I don't even know
I would be very surprised if a single listener knows what that means.
Everyone's gonna know what it is, and they're gonna be like, "Wow, Coach, you're an idiot for not knowing this thing." That happens all the time.
It does happen all the time. I've looked it up. I've looked it up, and I think that's a good thing. I believe that it's the answer to world peace. I believe that it's the answer to world peace. Let's leave it at that.
This is a pro-miscegenation podcast.
I'm kind of a little bit of a misogynist myself, actually.
How do you even spell? How do I look this up?
Don't look it up.
I'm a misandrogynist.
Sure.
Thank you.
Anti-miscegenation.
Yeah, I've given up. I'm not looking this up. I don't care. I'll just be stupid. I'm like trying to spell this, and I'm like, I got nothing.
This is a good ending.
This is it. We've done it.
That's it. All right.
Arthur, do you have any plugs this week?
No, same. Twitter, Art Hickman. Instagram, Arthur Hickman. One of these days I'll make him the same thing.
Don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I have a song coming out tomorrow. Everyone listen to it.
Well, is it tomorrow or is it yesterday?
It's tomorrow from when this comes out.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. I don't fucking know. You'll find it. You know me.
Yeah.
I'll put a link somewhere. You'll find it. It's called friggin' something. It's called Sleeper Devoid of Dreams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the thing we had to like pre something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody did it. Broke the internet. All right. Follow me on Spotify, and that's it. I think that's what everybody plugged. If that's correct. Coach said join his follow me on Spotify server.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said.
My brain really feels melted.
Yeah.
What a strange part of the episode for this to all fall apart.
That's how it goes. It just hasn't. It just didn't last week. But generally, the endings are bad. Folks, look, if you want to make cheese, just quit your job. I'll give you 15 reasons.
No, this is where we end it. They don't get any of the reasons.
Reason 3: you own a cave but are not Batman.
I'm not listening to this.
All right.
This list is the basis for 13 Reasons Why. They got rid of 2 of the reasons.
2 of the reasons were okay. All right. Anyway, folks, I'm editor's note. WTF? This article sucks, dude. I'm dying, folks. This is talking about Susan Boyle's husband. He's a cheesemaker. This episode is never ending.
No.
I'm the only
I want to eat my dinner. I want to go make dinner.
I'm the only one who can end it, and it's never ending. Look, folks, if you want to make cheese, reason number 4, you don't even want to make cheese, and you hate farms.
What?
I don't know. It's a bad article.
That's a terrible reason to make cheese.
It might possibly be the worst reason. Like, just the worst. All right, folks. This is going to be edited out by nobody. Goodbye.